The Tecno Spark 20 series comes with 3 different smartphones. I already did the review of the Tecno Spark 20, so this time I will go into every details of the Tecno Spark 20 Pro. The most obvious specs are the Helio G99 processor, the 120Hz refresh rate display, the 108 megapixel main camera sensor, and the 33-watt fast charging capacity. These are the same specs you will find on the Infinix Hot 40 Pro that was also recently launched. The 256GB variant of the Spark 20 Pro is 205,000 naira, which should be around $230 going by the official conversion rate. This 256GB variant has 8GB of RAM, expandable by another 8GB, giving a total of 16GB RAM. The one advantage of the Spark 20 Pro over the Hot 40 Pro is the 400% speaker volume boost. With the way that Tecno is carefully advertising the speaker volume boost of this phone, I'm going to carefully check out the quality and loudness of this speaker later in this video. I also got a lot of questions from my viewers and I'm going to answer some of them very soon. The packaging box is just like that of the Spark 20. The only difference is that this one has the Pro written in it. In case you intend to buy the Pro, this is one way you can tell the difference. You can also buy the device using the link in the description. Inside the box, the phone is the first item here. You will find the bumper case right under it, followed by a SIM eject pin. It also accommodates a 33-watt charger, a Type-C cable, and an earpiece. The fingerprint scanner is attached to the power button and responds fast to touch. There are 2 speakers on the device, one at the bottom and the other one at the top of the device. The SIM tray supports 2 SIM cards and a memory card. At the back of the phone comes the camera module containing 3 cameras. The main 108 megapixel sensor for high-resolution images, the macro lens, and the AI sensor. The module also holds a quad flashlight. The front of the Spark 20 Pro is equipped with a 32 megapixel selfie camera in a punch-hole notch screen. There is also a front flashlight here that is very helpful when taking selfie picture in a dark place. When using the selfie camera, you can adjust the brightness level of this front flashlight. One of the features that I expected to see on this device is Android 14, but just like the Infinix Hot 40 Pro, it is built on Android 13. Now the Android 13 is a newer Android version, so this shouldn't be a problem anyways. Now what about the 400% speaker volume boost that I mentioned earlier? Usually, all you have to do to increase the volume to 400% is to keep pressing the volume increase button, but it doesn't work that way on this phone. So I went to sound settings to see what I could find, but nothing here as well. Maybe this will work with an update, but so far, the highest volume here is as loud as the highest volume of the Infinix Hot 40 Pro. Here we go. One thing I know for sure is that Tecno will not deliberately lie over a feature like this, so I will assume that it's my failure to work around it, or maybe something is needed to be done for the volume boost to work. Now, to the most interesting part of the phone, which is the camera, I would like to start with the macro lens. It takes pictures of tiny objects clearly and magnifies them, but the lens has to be within 4 centimeters from the object. The quality could have been better, but when you get a very useful feature that you are not expecting on a smartphone, quality is not a big deal. Then it has a Super Night mode, which offers a big difference from the AI photo mode when taking pictures in the dark. The night mode gives many details in pictures, making it easier to tell what is in it. Even when you take a picture that is not centered on a particular object, you will still find that the night mode brightens the entire scene in the picture. The slow motion mode supports 120 frames per second with very fine results. It also supports 240 frames per second with much slower motion. The 240 frames per second allows for 4-second recording, but when you eventually play the video, it extends to 9 seconds. So when recording with 240 frames per second configuration, you have slower movement, but less control over the duration of the video. The main camera takes very fine detailed pictures. One aspect I appreciate here is the color enhancement feature. Pictures are not overly saturated, contrast is well balanced, yet the picture looks natural and not raw. So with a bit of editing, you should have a perfect photo from this camera. The portrait mode also takes great pictures and doesn't have to sacrifice the quality to get a background distraction-free picture. In this side-by-side portrait versus photo mode pictures, you can tell that both picture qualities are almost the same, if not the same. The only difference is the background. The video mode records footages in up to 2K resolution at 30 frames per second. The quality is not bad for day-to-day users. It is more than enough to cover everyday video recording needs. The zoom capacity of this camera is times 10, so you can zoom a little further away and still get some useful footage. The 32 megapixel front camera is also perfect for everyday use, taking great photos and portrait shots. What I like most with the front camera is the video mode, with the ability to blur your background while recording a video. Hello guys, this is the Tecno Spark 20 Pro and I'm using the 32 megapixel front camera sensor to record this video. Before I started the recording, what I did is that I adjusted the focus level of the camera, bringing the blur level to the maximum. So you can see that the flower behind me is kind of blurred, but my face is well focused on. Maybe I'm going to try to record a second video, and in the second video I will make the whole camera to be on focus, so my face and everything in the background will be displayed without any kind of blur in the background. Well, let's try that out. Alright, so this is the real one. You can see that the flower at my back is no longer blurred. It's showing there like the way you should normally see it. So let's see the other part of the background. You can see that everything is showing well the way you should normally see it. So this is one fine aspect of the camera. The Infinix Hot 40 Pro has the same fine quality, and I guess even the recently launched Tecno Itel P55 5G and P55 Plus have this fine feature as well. My thought on the camera: this is very useful. If you are not using your phone camera for professional or business function, then this camera is a perfect reliable one for your everyday need. You can rely on it to create content for online use or make online video calls. Enough of the camera, let's talk about something else. There is this YouTube user, Next Level Gaming, in response to my video on the Tecno Spark 20 Pro, said that I should look into the display quality, the camera quality for portrait mode, the speaker quality, the charging speed, which is the time it takes to charge the phone, and gaming performance. Mr. Next Level Gaming, at least request for one or two things so that other people can make their own request. Now that you've asked me to look into everything, what will other people ask me to look into? Anyways, I already talked about the camera performance and I did the portrait mode test as you requested. I also tested the speaker as well, so I'm sure that I have treated two of your requests. Then I also have Mohammed Chusto, who said, look into the performance while pushed to the maximum. I consider this question to be very important because there is something I noticed on this device. While trying to download the efootball game, Google Play Store shut down twice, so I had to reopen the app and start the download all over again. So about the performance, this is what I think Mohammed Chusto. If this is happening at a time when no apps have been installed inside the phone, the storage is still empty and I was not even multitasking at the time. What do you think will happen to the phone if I choose to push it harder? Sincerely, this should not even have happened in the first place, considering the processor and the 8 GB of memory. Another way to look at it is that this might just be an error from the app itself and has nothing to do with the phone. The error should then be corrected when the app is updated. Next, it says the Anyanshe Jinde, who wants me to look into the processor based on gamers. The Helio G99 here is a gaming CPU with some limitations. For example, it can play efootball effectively with very good sound and performance without overly heating up for a long period. But setting the game's graphic quality to high and increasing the frame rate will make the game lag. This is one limitation. If you love playing high graphic games like PUBG and Call of Duty Mobile, this processor can readily withstand them, provided that the graphic quality of these games are not set to maximum. On the charging aspect, I plugged in the 33-watt charger that came with the phone from 13% of battery charge, and after 1 hour 14 minutes, it was fully charged. So I guess from 0 to 100% will take about 1 hour 30 minutes. The Tecno Spark 20 Pro supports Ella Personal Assistant, Social Turbo, and some other features inside the special function settings. The Tecno Spark 20 Pro is based on HiOS 13.5, a newer software version from Tecno, but regretfully, users might not be able to upgrade to Android 14 in the future. Finally, it comes with an IPS display of 1080 by 2460 pixels resolution and a 120Hz refresh rate. The screen is bright and can be used under sunlight. Watching movies on this large display is also awesome. The only issue here is the bezels at the bottom of the display. So what do you think, guys? If the Tecno Spark 20 Pro has many specs that only the Tecno Camon series should offer, it only points to one conclusion, that Tecno Camon 30 is not going to take it easy at all. But what do I know? Only time will tell. Let me know what you think in the comment section. This is the full review of the Tecno Spark 20. Check it out and see you in my next video.